Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Global Speedrun Association for our first 70-star Division One League race of the day
Hey,
between Dwhatever
Mario!
and Blue Esports' own RockChalk. This should be a pretty exciting
Hello!
one. RockChalk has been making some huge plays recently. His average time in this league has been 51:03, but meanwhile, Dwhatever been absolutely killing it in first place at the moment with a 49:07 average time in these races. Now, both of these cute boyos on cam for y'all today.
Okie
We've
dokie.
also got Frank on screen for that good luck on Rock Chalk's side. You can see these standings now. Rock Chalk sitting in ninth has had a really rough schedule, but it started to even out a little bit. But of course, this is a huge opponent for him. 341 points. Needs this win and a pretty sizable one to make sure that Proto Man can't somehow break over him for that eighth place spot. But Dwhatever, meanwhile, sitting pretty in first place despite the two losses with 660 points, a pretty far distance ahead of Punkation, finishing very, very nicely ahead of his competitors in this league. He's been showing a streak of dominance against most players, and he's going to try to make that streak continue over Rock Chalk today as we get started for you in just a moment here. And for the record, this is a live race, so we will be having possibly interviews at the end if the players so choose. And we're getting that countdown in the back room now. These guys should be on their way in just a moment on your stream. And Dwhatever has been just absolutely killing it. 2 world records in a row a couple weeks back. Very, very close to that
Hey,
46, which myself and I'm sure
Mario!
most people also thought wasn't going to be coming for at least another year, if not even longer.
Okie dokie.
But Dwhatever has just showed extreme dominance at this game.
Dear Mario,
Meanwhile, RockChalk has been just improving drastically, showing that he is for sure a D1 player. We'll see what these guys can manage in this race as we get started for you, going through this intro cutscene. We can see Frank just kind of chilling on that bed behind RockChalk. Get those Frankersies out in the chat already. Got a cute doggo on stream. These guys are approaching Lakitu skip, more than likely both using that most optimal setup. No kick to the right, and certainly no bunch of long jumps right in a row. Seeing, yep, Dwhatever with this dive setup. RockChalk pulling out the kick setup for that consistency. Doesn't quite get the lineup he's wanting, but he makes it work anyway. Both of them well on their way going on into bomb clip here. Dwhatever probably going to be pulling out that signature backflip bomb clip. Saves about half a second, but overall just looks super stylish. Only qualification for it, though, is you have to have big bomb. It sets up a bit of a difference, whereas normally the only difference between big and medium bomb is just how fast you're going to be actually getting to this platform here. So let's see it happen. And that's a big one on Dwhatever's side. And the backflip into the star. Super clean strat. You always love to see it. RockChalk just losing about half a second or so to the standard backflip after the clip. So now our players are going to be moving over to the slide. Get those slide guesses out in chat. I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and say Dwhatever will pull out a 12-5 for us here. RockChalk, 12-6. Oh, the slide kick movement coming out from RockChalk, but the rollout does not connect with the painting. Trying to go for those swaggy strats, but Dwhatever showing what you can do with the basic, the well-known. Dwhatever on a hot slide time here. That is a 12-6 from Dwhatever. The 12-5, I believe, coming out from RockChalk's side. Or no, sorry, I think that's a 7. Can't quite see with Discord icons in the way. Yeah, that's a 7. Commentator confusing the two most similar numbers in the Arabic numerals. A 5 is just a 7 upside down with some extra lines. Both these players now heading into Whomps. We're going to be seeing probably some pro cycles here, maybe some texture setups on the cannonlesses, and some owlless action, maybe even some Whomp pound into boot. No texture coming from Dwhatever. RockChalk could save a bit of time here. Yep, going for the texture setup.
Here we go!
And it's good on both sides. RockChalk's saving a little bit of time here. Just by doing part of the alignment with his eyeballs. He's training to be an ophthalmologist. I hope I'm getting that medical term right. I think he's actually completed school for that, so he knows a lot about eyes, and he knows how to use them. Let's see what these guys go for now. Owless attempts coming out from both the same star order. A little bit uncommon, but RockChalk getting the bop on the Piranha, sending him into the air and ruining his setup. Oh, and then he misses the cage there. I don't even think that he hit on top of the cage. It was just a little bit too far off. This one looks good, though, and he does get it on the second attempt here. But Dwhatever sailing on through with the first try, Owless, as now they're both going to move into 100 coin. Pro cycle start from Dwhatever. Likely about to see the same from RockChalk here. Nice movement so far. Taking full advantage of that slide momentum going into that line of 5 near the cannon. RockChalk pulling out the full setup instead. Oh, and Dwhatever is paying for Pro. Missing the awning kick there. As a result, he's going to have to go for a half as a backup here. So RockChalk can make up some time if he lands the standard full. Dwhatever does manage to land the half backup, so he's not losing anywhere near as much as he could have with a bigger mistake. And so RockChalk saving a bit of time, landing the full cycle. Let's see what their endings look like here. I feel like that awning kick is about half the reason that half cycle even exists as a standard strat. Because doing that awning kick without a ledge grab is extremely hard, but I think Dwhatever actually failed a little bit before that. RockChalk having a little bit of an issue with his coin gathering here, but not losing very much time here. These players still pretty nice and close together. RockChalk mainly suffering from that Owless fail. And Dwhatever just playing cleanup at this point. Nice angle off the tree grab. Even though the start's pretty easy, getting this optimal angle here with your camera, making sure Mario lands right on that fence for the rollout, can be a little bit finicky until you've practiced it a fair bit. So now they're going to the top of this fortress. We're going to see some fence clip and movement here. Fence clip from Dwhatever. Clean triple jump after. Oh, RockChalk taking a bit of a spill there. Doesn't quite get the jump dive that he wants. But still managing to get a fence clip triple. Nice pounds from Dwhatever. Let's see what RockChalk can do to match. Real nice first one there. So now top of the fortress, probably going to be seeing Dwhatever go for that luxurious double jump strat here. Let's see it happen. Oh, but doesn't manage to land it. Has to go for the side flip wall kick as a backup. RockChalk can save a little bit of time with the standard triple here. And gets a ground pound to boot. Just inches away from the star. Mario saying, you know what? I'd rather see what the ground feels like here. RockChalk saving a little time. Dwhatever carving a pretty decent lead from himself. A lot of that coming from the Owless fail, but still a very close race at the moment. I think Dwhatever is getting another 12-6, and RockChalk is staking at 12-7. I'm going to go with the facts here. They got those times once. Surely they'll hit them again, right? That's how things work here. And a 12-7 from Dwhatever. RockChalk's probably going to get a 12-6 just to spite me as well. Sergeant, this is not a rerun, as evidenced by me talking to you. And of course, the exact reverse of Commentators' guess. My crystal ball was just a bit fuzzy, and I just got them mixed up. That's my apologies. Please trust in my psychic abilities. Dwhatever missing one of the twins. It's going to lose him a few seconds on the come around. Let's see if RockChalk can pick them up on his first go around here. And he's got him. Very, very clean flying. Flying basically through the middle. Nice turn there. Messing with his cam to make absolutely certain that he's running into those coins. Dwhatever with the rollout strat off the button. Oh, but then RockChalk tries for the same but misses the button. He's losing a little bit of time to having to back up the tech skip, but I think he probably still had a little bit better of a wing cap stage. Not a whole lot better. But let's see how Dark World goes. Dwhatever might actually be headed for Shia Cycle here. Used to trying to go for Suki and runs. Let's see. Oh, gets burned trying to do the standard switch press. Might be a little bit too used to the fast switch press. He can still hit Shig, though, with some nice movement here. He's already got the red coin as part of the backup, so no box rollout required. Beautiful speed kick there. Launching Mario with a ton of speed at the staircase, but the Goomba getting in his way. Shig might still be on the table, but it'd be really, really late in the cycle. It'd be a little bit weird to go for. Yeah, he's going to have to just wait for a slightly later cycle here. That's just a really unfortunate Dark World for him, but RockChalk getting the ground pound, having to go ahead and take Pop Shig movement instead. That long jump takes a while to back up because you need pretty close to full speed to actually make that gap. Dwhatever continues to get bullied by Goombas. The Dark World Goombas are in a commune and they have an agenda against Dwhatever today. 2 separate Goomba Bops in the same stage where you very rarely even see one get in your way. That's just so unfortunate for D. This is a definite bruh moment. Pull out your bruh sound effect number 3s because they are more relevant than ever for Dwhatever in that Dark World. Bruh. RockChalk with the nice throw as well. Both these players super close together going into Sky Jump here. 10:03 exit for Dwhatever. RockChalk looking at probably a 10:11. 10:13. So 10 seconds apart going into Sky Jump here. Let's see how this goes. Dwhatever making a mistake here could put RockChalk in the lead. Although this is a start that they should have pretty consistent. Breaking the box with the kick there. 4 kicks up the slope. Really nice from Dwhatever. Super, super clean. Flying right on into the box. Not even losing time on his flight there. But RockChalk goes one above him and does the rollout for the box break here. Very, very clean execution. Not saving very much time, if any, but definitely nice to see. And what a surprise for you folks. We actually now have a co-commentator in the booth, so you don't have to exclusively hear my voice. Please welcome Badronis. How are you feeling, man?
Hi. Good to be here. How's the race going so far?
It's going pretty decent. Not a whole lot of action. Dwhatever did get totally bodied by 2 separate Goombas in Dark World, though. And RockChalk did have a bit of an issue with Owlus. But other than that, these guys have had some pretty smooth sailing overall.
Okay.
On his way over to the star here, was trying to do the safe long jump at the end, but just slightly misangled his stick there.
Internet is being crappy right now. I can't really see or hear too well what's going on. Let me try to like...
So we got RockChalk starting on his own 100 coin now. Dwhatever with a very, very nice finish to a clean 100 coin. We got RockChalk in the slide now. Dwhatever just has to clean up one last star in CCM, and he'll be well on his way down into the basement.
Alright. Missing the penguin. RockChalk missed it as well. Sometimes he's a tough little bugger to grab.
And shout outs to Dwhatever's video on how to really grab the penguin.
Yeah. Getting about a 1330 here. Not half bad.
RockChalk going to be coming out with probably like a 47, 48. Oh, but long jumps past the star.
Bit of a, unnecessary time loss there, but you get quite a lot of those in Mario.
10 seconds. 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 10 seconds.
but he's just a bit of castle movement behind. I would say maybe 20-ish seconds.
Yeah, it's really not a bad position to be in, especially out of the lobby against an opponent like Dwhatever.
Yeah, Dwhatever has definitely been this player for a few months now. Even before he got the world record, he was definitely like most skilled at the category. Like the closest people to him are probably like Ouija, and it's hard to say like between Cheese, Punkay, Tago, who would be like there as well with like draw skill. Probably Cheese, but Punkay could maybe get world record, but probably not 46.
Yeah, Punky would probably have to update a couple of strats, I feel like, because there's some things that he plays especially comfy that works for him, especially with his consistency for races, but just doesn't quite have the speed that he would need for one of those really hyper-optimized times.
Yeah, it's
A
hard to
beautiful
say.
BBH from D. It's hard to say, like, especially with a lot of the top runners tending to kind of prefer 120. Like, Cheese and Punkay have definitely expressed a bit of a preference for 120, just not really for races.
Yeah.
But for Dwhatever, 70 is pretty much his bread and butter, his all-time favorite category. Nice punch grab on Mips there, moving on into SSL.
And here, RockChalk just a bit of a castle movement behind still. With entering SSL 1548. And RockChalk not going to be too far behind. Tumble Plus is definitely going to be a must-have for Dwhatever here. And RockChalk could use it to catch up.
Nice big bomb from Dwhatever. Oh, the just flawless performance on this. It's like every one of his pluses looks the same. That's how consistent he is at it.
It's kind of nuts.
Let's see what RockChalk's attempts look like here. He needs the double plus in order to stay in this. Nice Tama. Kind of some interesting cam movement, but he makes it work about as clean as Dwhatever, especially with the speed. Dwhatever loses the bomb, though. This could be a big opening for RockChalk. He's stuck in the sand. Not going to be able to do the fastest possible Talon backup. He's just going to have to take this top of the pyramid star here. This could be RockChalk's moment. Let's see what this plus looks like from him. What just happened there? How did he make that work? I don't know if that was some weirdness with the stream, but it looked like he somehow slid off the slope a bit early with the bomb there. And yet still managed to make the full plus setup work. That was something else there. RockChalk in a very, very prime position. That's fast, Tama. I don't think I've seen that in a race before. That's insane. Dwhatever falls off the slope here and takes a death inside the pyramid. He's going to have to completely redo secrets. RockChalk is now in the driver's seat. He goes for the single jump Talon Star? Why? Why are you doing this, RockChalk? This has just become wild at this point. The power of Frank is compelling him.
I guess so. We just got back from a little computer restart here. And it does seem like things have gone shook up, or things have been shaking up a little bit here. Dwhatever has one more star. RockChalk as well. Getting the pyramid.
Dwhatever's about twice as long, and he's entering the stage later. Like, the lead has almost perfectly shifted in RockChalk's favor at this point. This is insane. I mean, Techno, you're right. He has to perform, but like that strat that he did, I'm pretty sure if you don't get the first frame jump there, you lose a ton of speed, and it's not worth it at that point. You have to be really confident in your timing on that jump in order to make that strat really worth it.
Yeah, I didn't really see it, but I think it's if you do 2 single jumps, it's about the same speed if you miss the first one, but it's still like a bit more awkward. But it's not like too bad of a strat if you can hit the first frame most of the time. But if you don't hit the jump at all, like if you press the frame too early, you do lose a little bit of time just by reactions.
Yeah, I've seen a few people do it a decent bit in runs, but I've never personally messed with the strat, so I didn't know exactly how precise it was.
The hardest thing I would say is if you do get the single jumps, is to be on the perfect angle to go up the right side of the pillar and not trigger the fly guy, because that can always happen too. Whatever, missing the side flip under the box, you're gonna have to do a long jump as a backup. No triple jump dive wing cap strat today, which is one of the swaggier things you can do. Leave the lava, and he barely got
having
over
some
there.
problems getting over the fence, narrowly gets over before that invis wall.
Yeah, if you hit the side of the stage, you just kind of bonk and fall down in the lava, and you lose so much time when that happens.
Dwhatever really just needs to recenter, I think, after those 2 deaths in SSL. That last one was just ridiculous. He was so close to the secret star, and it just wasn't happening for whatever reason. Well, let's see what his lava boost looks like. Playing it really comfy with the long jump boost, and he fails it!
No way!
Gonna have to go for elevator as a backup here. Just hit the slightly wrong part of the rock, and he misses the edge of the platform there with the triple.
Crazy. Today is not his day. I have to say, like, when he was doing runs, he was talking about how, like, the league has been wearing him out, and it's been, like, kind of dragging and stressing him out, but it's definitely taken an effect on his gameplay here, because usually he still plays like a world record holder, but RockChalk is definitely in a position to maybe secure the biggest upset of the season. Obviously, that's a long way off, but you never know in a race like this.
I mean, this is the start to do it at this point. If anyone's got the chance, it's RockChalk right here, right now. Let's see these volcano movements from RockChalk here. Hopefully he'll fare a bit better than Dwhatever. Going for Pro Boost here.
There you go, RockChalk. So going for the harder strat and nailing it.
Was that actually Akira, like, since he hit the rock on, like, towards the right side?
No. I guess just to clear anything up, what we call long jump lava boost is when you do a long jump like once you spawn in the volcano, you go do a long jump all the way to the right, and then long jump into the like the lava waterfall from the left, or go right to left pretty much. If you go do 2 kicks and long jump straight on, Akira boost is going to the right, Pro boost is going to the left, which RockChalk did, but he didn't save that much time because to do it properly, you need to do a good ending, and he just did the normal pull, which is a bit slower.
Ah, I see. I think that may have been my confusion as to where Pro and Reverse Pro came from. I
don't think anyone calls it Reverse Pro, but yeah.
RockChalk having a little bit of weirdness on elevators, but he makes it work without taking a death. Ended up grabbing the pole really, really low. Dwhatever's going to go into elevator. He can save a bit of time over RockChalk here, though. But again, missing the triple. How does this keep happening to him? What's going on here?
That was an invis ceiling, rather than him actually missing an input. He just got trolled by the game. That's a pretty rare thing to happen. But if you land on the wrong part of the elevator at the wrong time, I guess, that's what you get.
Oh, because the elevator, like, kind of starts tilting up at some point, right?
I'm not sure if it has to do with that in particular, but it's like around the corner of the elevator, there's an invis ceiling. And if you time your jump in the wrong way, you'll hit it. I don't really know if there's a good way to avoid it 100% of the time, but it's also unfortunate that he couldn't make the backup happen.
Yeah.
This puts RockChalk in a big lead.
It's such a rare mistake. I don't think I've seen that very often, or if I have, I probably just thought it was the missed input. RockChalk, a full chest star ahead. This is really significant. Let's see if he decides to play it a bit safe with rear sub here. It looks like he's lining up for front.
And while this is a live race, they have the opportunity to look at the stream. So I think RockChalk could know how far ahead he is, which I don't know if anyone's ever been ahead of D by more than, I don't know, this is probably about 45 seconds, so probably the most anyone's gotten.
Now, what's kind of strange to see is this almost looks like what happened to Cheese in his race versus Dwhatever, but in reverse, where Cheese lost significant time on secrets in SSL, but then ended up pulling out the win in Tippy. especially with bits. So
Yeah, that could happen for sure.
I don't know how exactly that's gonna bode. It'd be so weird if we saw the same thing happen with RockChalk here.
Dwhatever is capable of really insane tippies. His Rainbow Ride is definitely the best. His TikTok clock is probably the best. He got a gold recently. I don't know if it's better than Tagos, but he is probably as good or better at the stage. And then in bits, he is someone who can really pull off Manimo almost every time, and then goes to moving right side and pretty good throws. So it's really hard to keep up if he's playing well. RockChalk and Fire Sea though, this has to be first try lava boost.
Yeah, I mean, this is possibly the most stressful Fire Sea of RockChalk's racing career, at least.
Perhaps.
And he's pulling it off so well. He's on definite lava boost pace here. So free for him on that one.
Yeah, we'll see if he goes for a side flip ending to the pole. Might be a bit spicy, but not necessary here. He's got enough time for it. Yep,
and he does go for it.
That's a really cheeky, like, half-second time save. So he definitely converted that, which he really needed to. And we have to see if D can match it, which is usually the opposite order things go in, but Dwhatever can't pull off Fire Sea. RockChalk will have the commanding lead going upstairs.
His movement so far is good.
It's rubbing on the pole. Some easy wall kicks.
Oh, but he misses the side flip there, grabs the bottom of the pole. That's gonna kill
Boost. I don't know
Boost.
about this one.
Early Ellie's could happen.
Definitely early Ellie's possible. That still loses, like, I want to say 8 seconds.
Yeah, his ending is gonna be really weird right now, especially with the lava cycle on these platforms here.
Just going for a couple burns here, needs to be careful. Alright.
No hard slapping, so not going for the bad ending there. And the platform position with those burns wouldn't have really facilitated it either.
Yeah, he was barely able to get on top of the platforms to long jump, because if he had ledge grabbed, it would have been really slow, and he didn't have enough health to do lava burns. So, pretty crucial way to save some face there in Fire Sea.
RockChalk now moving into Wet Dry World, a full Bowser fight and stage re-entry ahead. Needs this 100 coin to go well. Come on, skaters. And of course, the very first source of coin RNG ends up messing him up.
Trying to do that double-double, but not
does finally get the double-double, but it's a bit bittersweet.
That coin is very helpful. He was able to grab it without any extra effort. Getting a bit lost here. He's gonna have to double back.
Yeah, he should have waited with the way the Skeeter was moving there. I think the Skeeter may have moved after he mentally committed to that movement.
Yeah.
And so then he decided, well, let me just go ahead and get him now. But that was kind of a weird movement pattern from the Skeeter. Normally, if he ends up by the switch, he'll move more towards the right rather than to the left again.
Yeah, it's hard to say, because a lot of it's random. It also depends if he notices Mario or not. I don't know the inner workings of the enemy movement so well. Oh, RockChalk ledge grab here, but really nice backup. It's quite difficult to time your side flip, or like give it the right weight to do the single jump into a side flip there. So, pretty good backup. And he's not missing any more coins, so I think he'll be able to convert this one pretty well.
Super clean stuff here. Dwhatever could save some time here, but it's not super substantial.
Alright, helpful RNG here.
It looks like he already missed a coin somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. This is a really fast beginning, but it could always take a turn for the worst, like right there with the invis wall.
Not quite getting the ledge grab even. Gonna follow along the amp, has to stick super close to that pillar to avoid getting zapped.
And RockChalk nailing the first jump and wall coming down here for the elevator wall picks. That is a big boy play here when you're in the lead against Dwhatever.
And does work out for him once. Let's see if he can make it happen again.
I'm so surprised that when he does that Mario Kart lag reduction, he usually gets all the coins. And I'm surprised that he gets them that frequently. Because it seems like luck, but it's probably not when you can do it that well.
Yeah, I mean, like the enemies, as far as their coin spawns, they seem to be a bit more erratic than like coin boxes, and so I don't know. Maybe the Mario Cam has something to do with it, but I feel like if the coin spray was really bad, you'd have a harder time following it. Do whatever with the double jump kick to get up on this platform. The big boy strats all coming out. Also lands the triple jump wall kick.
Yeah, you can save a little bit of time on these 2 triple jump wall kick stars. Oh, but he's missed a wall kick, falling back down to the bottom of the shop, getting a nice side flip to make it back up here. But this loses like another 5 seconds. Little mistakes like that, even though it's not a big mistake in terms of mechanics, they cost a lot of time. And that was a pretty good wedge I rolled beginning, but it's not going to be anything he can save time over RockChalk with anymore, because Rock didn't make any mistakes. At least that I saw. Nice top of the town here.
Meanwhile, RockChalk working his way into THI. Gets a very, very nice third secret there. Picturesque secrets. Wow.
That was really impressive. Really no facial reaction until he got the star at the end. He's very focused.
You have to have focus to perform well on a star like that.
And Dwhatever probably suffering from some tilt, getting stuck on the stone pillar before the warp. So RockChalk still extending his lead. The longer he can keep it up, the better chance he has at surviving Tippy. Going for the mountain clip, not getting a good enough position, stuck in the water. Not gonna lose too much time.
Just has to deal with the Piranha pluck-in now, and he'll be well on his way into TTM. An extremely critical stage before Tippy. Whatever, also matching with super nice secrets.
Yeah, real big boy jump at the end. RockChalk is still a star and a half ahead though, which is a lot for Dwhatever to make up. So I would say at this point, RockChalk, without making mistakes, could close it out, because I don't think Dwhatever could make up the time on movement alone, because RockChalk is just a pretty good player.
Dwhatever missing this long jump here, so having to take a little bit of a swim at the beginning of this stage. A couple more seconds falling off there.
Yeah, he's going to have to count on the Tippy mistakes for Rock, unless they might come earlier in TTM or somewhere in SL or HMC.
Someone in chat asking what Rock's PB is. His PB is a 48.51.
Yeah. I think it's also the one with a super whack recording because he updated OBS and then he got his colors all like oversaturated or inverted or something. It looks like almost unwatchable.
Speaking of, you ever see a Siglemix 120 VC record?
No.
It has completely inverted colors all the way through because he didn't want anyone to take the category seriously.
Fair enough.
RockChalk in TTM already has 1 star under his belt. Mountain clip is good here.
RockChalk and Dwhatever have silly different cameras for the mountain to log wall kick. Dwhatever will pretty much do the same thing, but he flips his camera the other way and then back, so it's this like really wide panoramic view. It looks kind of weird, but kind of cool once he grabs the ledge. We'll see it after the first 2 stars. He also goes for the mountain clip stars relatively late, opting for breezes and red coins, which if you mess up on the log wall kicks, you'll be out of backups pretty quick. And this is a big mistake, going off the ledge before quick turning. I think he tried to do it too soon, so he actually ended up walking in the direction he was facing.
The same thing happens to RockChalk falling off the top there before he's able to even go for the mountain star here.
That's kind of nuts.
It's the first real major mistake that we've seen from RockChalk since the basement, pretty much.
Water drinking out here. Alright, Dwhatever, signature red coins. This might be able to put him back in a confident state of mind. You never know.
Beautiful speed
RockChalk gonna
pick at
go
the
for it as
start.
well.
Nice dive. Let's see what strats RockChalk goes for here as D finishes up with his side flip wall kick.
Oh, he's actually missed the red coin, but landing back on the canopy, not too bad. RockChalk flying in here, but not getting the right height on that jump off the slope. And missing a red. He has to think of something.
Oh, this is a bit bad.
Okay, not a terrible on-the-fly reaction, but Dwhatever still was able to save some time even though he made a mistake. Oh, RockChalk! Okay.
Yeah,
Not
RockChalk
too
still with a
terrible.
2-star lead, but that certainly has to put a damper on some of his confidence here.
Yeah, one of the hardest stars, and I think in general, you're gonna mess it up more times than you get it right. But you still really want to try to convert it when you're in such a tight position as this one, with all the pressure on you. That
No
should
doubt.
be it for Tall Mountain.
Yeah, nice blast from RockChalk there. Dwhatever just with a little bit of cleanup to take care of.
Alright, Snowman's land for RockChalk. Snowman's head. The really pivotal start of the stage, despite it being only about 10 seconds. He goes for the triple jump, I guess you could say lower level skip. He almost missed the star too.
Right, let's see how this next star goes for RockChalk as Dwhatever goes with the basic blast.
Two speed kick strat for RockChalk here, creating a great ground pound on the block. That's a lot of alliteration for me. I'm not really well equipped to handle that kind of linguistics, but phonetics, I guess. But RockChalk is able to get that star really smoothly.
Nice movement here from Dwhatever, getting up on top of the snowman.
Yeah, very smooth. RockChalk, 2 small stars ahead, 2 short ones, 2 quick ones, the double as he tries to get back boosted, but only 1 left. Dwhatever has 3 to go, even though they're pretty easy. This looks to be about a 50-second lead, which is a lot. Oh my god, Dwhatever, no!
The big
all the way
slide
down
here.
into the pond.
At least he's getting a decent position for this backup, but that's even more time loss that you just can't take at this point.
I think he's like so triggered that he has no facial reaction. He just decided like, yeah, that's how it's gonna be.
Alright, RockChalk in the basement, Dwhatever. Very, very quick to follow, but a substantial deficit. It's really on RockChalk to make some mistakes coming up here. Strat improvements alone are not going to be able to catch up this lead in this race this late.
RockChalk down to HMC. He's about a minute ahead. Not quite, but over 50 seconds.
Chat correcting me, saying that this race will be won by TTC at 100 and Triangles. Are they in a cartel with those same Goombas from Dark World?
That's a good question. I would say usually TTC 100 is way more threatening than Tricky Triangles, but I know RockChalk has a good bit of trouble with that star, more so than a lot of other people, like as good at the game as T is. So that could be something to watch out for. Missing the
Dwhatever
punch grab,
missing
Dwhatever.
Mips though. Oh no. I think he's just so used to the punch grab, he doesn't really even feel comfortable with the dive anymore or something. But
He just missed the punch. Not that
I mean,
deep.
that's all it was he missed the punch there, but I was just saying, like, he probably should have gone for the dive, since it is pretty much totally free at this point in skill. RockChalk with the nice Christmas miracle, not losing any more time. HMC has been also just really, really on point. Just 2 more fairly quick stars in the pit. He will be on his way to Tippy.
Good jump wall kick for Dwhatever. Getting a lot of height. That was a very optimal switch press, getting right out of the water with like 1 swim.
Why is that called Christmas Miracle? Because used to, when the trick was poorly understood, if you got it, it was considered a Christmas miracle. And even though it's not quite as random anymore, it's still just the name stuck.
Also, we don't have a better name for it because the starter's name is Metalhead Mario Can Move, and that's just way too much to say. And it's also like not very catchy at all. So it would either be something like HMC Purple Switch or like HMC Triple Jump Wall Kick, but that's like not very descriptive either. So Christmas Miracle is like the best thing we have.
I guess you could just say quick metal cap skip, but I mean that doesn't quite make sense either.
Yeah, I'm looking for like less syllables than Christmas Miracle.
Also, Wilco, that might actually be correct. I hadn't heard that before, but that makes a ton of sense. I just remember, and I think it was, I don't even remember who it was during a comms once said that was the reason why, like during a marathon commentary.
Sometimes they just like to make up funny answers, or if that's like back in the days of Simp and Pity, I have no idea how much that is true and how much is just banter or like jokes. Because I remember in commentary I once said that it was because only Santa made N64s could do the trick, but obviously that's true, but not everyone can have one, but you know what I'm trying to say here.
And see, Wilco's showing how this effect happened, saying that he was completely kidding.
Yep, there we go.
And meanwhile, during that whole discourse, RockChalk nailing Lakitu bounce first try.
He is on 48 pace still, which should be absolutely nuts because his PB is a high 48, and if he PB'd in a race, I hope he pops off, and I hope we see Frank, regardless of whether he PBs or not, but this is definitely a sick pace for Rock, and we're going to be following this very closely because a PB is more significant than a race win for sure.
Both of them, interestingly, having issues with the stage entry at the same time. Oh, Dwhatever going for the glitchy wall kick setup for Lakitu bounce here. And makes it work. Nice.
Alright, Dwhatever still going for every strat in the book. He's got all the guns firing, so he's at least going to get the cruiser pretty well. I think Rainbow Ride is firmly locked in his procedural memory, so might be able to get a nice spurt of the old classic 245 Rainbow Ride Dwhatever here. But if RockChalk can hold it together, that's all he needs to do. So he's gotten Lakitu bounce, he's gotten reds. Now tricky triangles. Wait, I think he got it already, yeah. Swinging on the breeze.
Next. Not going for that pro strat top side.
Yeah, Dwhatever, nice backup here, but did not get the...
RockChalk misses the side flip. You're going to have to go for the backup off the flame shooter.
Oh, this is so scary. Alright. He's resetting his angle. Can he make it?
And
barely. That was so close.
That is not what you want to have right before
really
GSA,
clench. Yeah, when you go up on that triple jump, you are clenching super hard, hoping that Mario gets enough height. And you should, if you get it on the top of the flame shooter, but still.
I can't believe that used to be the main strat. Like, it just seems ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so weird. Must have been a really long time ago. Alright, RockChalk getting up through the first part, which is arguably the hardest part of the star, is like before the blue coin switch. So like the first third is the most easy to fail. Running around the blue coins. Also, this wall kick, you want to be a bit outside of that little outcropping of the fence, or like that corner. but he's still on a good pace. No safety red here, so he needs every crunch from the last 2 boxes. The last 3, but probably not going to miss anything on the last one. All right, big kick. And that's all 10. Getting up here. Really killing it right now.
That was pretty much just perfect.
Yeah, Dwhatever could go a little bit faster, but probably not going to be able to make up so much time here. RockChalk is really rock solid right now. Dwhatever losing his angle, that won't wall kick. Yep.
Oh, man. All right, let's see what RockChalk can do with these time moving stars here.
Dwhatever is just so crazy good at TDC 100. It's super crushing for him. I really feel for that. Because he just wanted to have a good 100 coin, if nothing else.
Oh, misses the side flip here too. Just can't seem to get away from little mistakes.
Yeah, I think he just didn't have enough speed to get an insta side flip. And when you're slowing down, that throws off your muscle memory. Not gonna go for the dive rollout here. You get the ending though. Nice kick on the box, getting all the coins. That at least is still good. RockChalk Pro pendulums.
Beautiful. That's 2 time moving triples just pristinely executed. I wouldn't be that surprised if RockChalk is potentially on gold pace in TTC right now, because he's had a fire 100 coin, and both of his time moving stars now have been really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Pretty nice get a hand too.
Lost a bit of time. He's by the facial expression, he's like just trying not to have a meltdown. But that's definitely good enough.
He's just got 2 more stars left. And ultimately, I feel like both of these stars, but especially reds, are significantly less daunting than all the time moving stars and 100. Let's see if he goes for this side flip here. Yep. Side flip triple is good. Super clean.
Very steady here. Time jumps and moving bars. Actually, kind of surprising he didn't get over that ledge. He must have lost a lot of speed beforehand. Whatever onto the time movings. Rolling with the cage is fine. None of these are too hard except for pendulums. But obviously there's not any time to make up against RockChalk either. And this is the last star before Bowser in the Sky. He got towed late. He is getting towed late. So this will be his final main course star.
Beautiful TTC. Just absolutely beautiful.
I want to say this is not quite 48 pace. He would need like the sky of his life, but very low 49, definitely.
Either way, this is a race time to be proud of for sure. And I think this will still be better than Dwhatever's average race time. Dwhatever falling off during time jumps has to do this yellow block triple again. And goes for that double jump after it anyway.
Yeah, it's not his fault that RockChalk is just playing like a champ, and D also had like a rough day of runs earlier. Like he's grinded this game more than he's ever had the last month or so to get that 46. It's been like a crazy like 4+ hours a day, almost every day. And when it's getting a bit later on in the night, you know, it's just like a rough position to try to play in if the run doesn't start out well. RockChalk, this is not the ideal bits that you're looking for. Alright, moving left side. That should be good.
Very nice.
Going for some rollouts on the slope rather than long jumps. Kind of spicy, not any faster, but looks cool. And playing very safe around that Goomba. I'm sure he knows the lead right now. It is 3 throws between him and the biggest upset of the season. And a low 49 here. Dwhatever is coming up to bits right now. Very nice toad to 70 door movement.
He's got some time, but he needs these throws to work out pretty quickly. Let's see it happen. That's 1 right there.
RockChalk pretty darn good at throws from what I've seen. Second one, that was a long throw. I don't know why he targeted that bomb, and how did that miss? You can see it on his face. He expected that one to activate the bomb. Going for a short range one, whatever here is kind of halfway through Sky. It's one last throw for RockChalk and a closeout. A massive victory.
There it is. The upset of the season. The world record holder put down by a man with a PB of 48.5x. But I mean, that you can't understate RockChalk's skill in executing this win. The nerves that he must be feeling, knowing that he's ahead of the record holder, the first place player in this league, it's got to be something else. GG's to RockChalk. This was an impressive victory.
Yeah, my commiserations for Dwhatever here. I have to say, like, this is definitely the kind of race I can see on his face that he wanted to, like, forfeit after, like, Lethal Lava Land, pretty much. So it's a virtue of RockChalk playing really well, Dwhatever just not able to get anything going. And this
RockChalk getting that short throw just to add insult to injury.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happens. Sometimes Bowser just doesn't want to move.
Still getting those throws in. It's crazy how he can pull out like a mid-50 and that'd be like the worst run of his life. But I just feel so bad for him, like having to finish that. Champion mentality though, you gotta say.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's a point where I'm sure a lot of people just wouldn't have continued. But he fought through it, and there was a lot of really nice gameplay throughout. It's just he couldn't quite escape the mistakes. And RockChalk really took advantage of that lead. He did not give Dwhatever very much room at all to make up.
Alright. We'll see if RockChalk wants to get in here. Frank is looking mighty proud of his owner here on the bed.
As he should. I wonder if a dog is capable of understanding what their owner just did. Like that is just wow. Thank you so much, TGC, for the 50 bits. GG's to Frank. And we've got the man himself in here.
What's up,
guys? How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. You know, how can you not? GG's to D, of course. I know he's having kind of a rough day earlier. Just one of those days it happens. But yeah, pretty happy with that.
I mean, what were the nerves like? Like, were you aware of what the situation was, especially in Tippy?
No, I wasn't. I'm always as ignorant as possible. I don't have the race up or a timer. I did know it was pretty good pace. I thought I could maybe 48 going into Tippy. TTM was a bit of a mess, but still, I thought I had a pretty decent Tippy. And I was pretty nervous just because I knew it was by far the best race I've had. Like this was like a minute and a half race PB or like a minute or something. So, but yeah, despite the nerves, I thought I held it together pretty well. That second throw was questionable. I thought that was going to hit for sure, but you know, whatever.
I mean, it's pretty impressive that you kind of go for that throw to that second bomb when it's so far away.
Yeah,
I can hit it too, but like it seems like there's just no timing window when you're that far away, and you barely missed it.
I like it because it's like the only bomb I can two spin with my terrible spinning. And also, like, if you miss it short, sometimes you can just go grab him and it's a free hit after that. But it is a bit weird, kind of awkward.
That is just something else. And How did your TTC in this run compare to your gold? Because that was just fire.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'll need to go look at it. My gold was actually in another race over against Tabas. I seem to have pretty good TTCs in races. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to double check because it was pretty good. Reds wasn't great, so I doubt it golded, but I'd say maybe +2 or 3.
Yeah, seeing you play that Tippy was like really impressive. Not because that you won the race, but like you had no fear for anything. Like, do you think you got more comfortable as the season's gone on, or just like been doing more in 120 and lowering your PBs? Like, how do you think your evolution as a runner is going now that you're like one of the top players?
I don't know if I'd quite go that far. I do think I don't. I've just been. I've had a bunch of really good Mario days lately, so that kind of helps. Like I had confidence. Although I did. I kind of wussed out on glitchy wall kick, Lakitu bounce. But otherwise,
That's not really what we're out.
yeah, it's just been terrible in these races. I don't know why. I always miss. So I played it a little safe, but yeah, I mean, it also helps going against Dwhatever. Like I didn't know the situation. I thought I would for sure lose. So it's kind of felt like playing with house money, even on pretty decent pace. So it makes it kind of less stressful to be in that situation.
All right. Well, thanks so much for the race, RockChalk, and the interview. We've got Punkay versus Protoman coming up later. Chase versus Punkay is at 9 p.m. That is in 3 hours, but that was going to happen last week, so Punkay's racing twice. Don't let that fool you. Punkay versus Protoman, Benji versus Cheese, Weezy versus Heisenberger, and then the grand finale of the night coming at you later. I'll be here in a minute. Electric as well. Peace.